next great resource for local weather is now available.
DigitalWeatherDesk.com is your source for up-to-the-minute local weather. Add DigitalWeatherDesk.com to your favorites, download our app, and follow me on social media. The Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Digital Weather Desk. I'm Jared Floyd. Happy Wednesday. Hang on just a second. I thought I could type all of this up. While the countdown was running, I stand corrected. This post has more information on the app and weather calls. So, we're going to start this evening off, this live stream off with the fact that I've posted something in the comments on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. It is a previous post that has more information on what I'm about to go through as we take a look at I-20 this afternoon. Volume obviously increasing at drive time, so it looks like the westbound lanes are moving a little slowly, but other than that, it looks like the interstate is moving okay. So the post that the link that I just posted in the comments is an update about the severe weather potential from earlier today. I posted it a couple of hours ago, or about an hour ago. And it also has more information on how to download the app, but also the very latest information on our partnership with Weather Call Next Gen. Again, for those that are just hopping in and going, what the heck are you talking about? The Digital Weather Desk is partnered with Weather Call Next Gen to add an extra layer of security, severe weather security, if you will. Weather Call Next Gen will call, text, and or email you when a severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning has been issued for the location that you set. It is a paid service, is $15 a year, translates out to about $1.50 a month. You can move that location wherever you may need to go. If you go out of town and you'd like to take that ability to receive a phone call with you, you can. So you can constantly move that one location around, or you could just set it for your home address. Again, the positives to it is it just adds that extra layer of protection that will wake you up in the middle of the night. A lot of folks like to sleep and really cherish their sleep during severe weather threats. So it is an option there. And again, more information can be found on the link that I just shared there, which will take you to another set of links where you can click and learn more information and register if you so choose. Again, if you opted to not spend the $15, you're still going to get all of the app alerts that you normally get. You're still going to get all the weather information you get from here. It's just one, again, optional layer of added security, if you will. Infrared satellite shows the high clouds starting to move back in. Radar made possible by Brown's Roofing. Schedule your free roof inspection at brownsroofingla.com, residential or commercial, and get that scheduled today. Nothing doing on the radar screen. Another warm afternoon. In fact, we set a record at the Tallulah Vicksburg airport again today. Record high of, I've already forgotten it, so I'm going to look it back up so I don't tell you the wrong number. Record high of 79 degrees. Breaks the old record of 78. That was set 3 years ago, 2023. Warm afternoon, to say the least, and really kind of fought against the fog and the cloud cover from this morning. Could see some fog redevelop across the area overnight tonight. Should be patchy, but something to keep an eye out. The air's dried out a smidge. We've had some drier air mixed down to the surface through the course of the day, but as the southerly winds really ramp up this evening and through the overnight hours tonight, dew points will stream back into the 60s. Cloud cover on the increase. Again, some patchy fog overnight as well. Sets the stage for storm potential as we go into the latter part of the week, specifically on Friday. Winds, as I mentioned, back out of the south, so as those southerly winds start to crawl along the I-20 corridor, they'll push all that warm, humid air back to the north right along with it. As I mentioned during the midday stream, let's do a little something different, and I'm going to show you the two different severe weather threats. This one's for tomorrow, for Thursday. It includes the northeastern half-ish, two-thirds-ish of the coverage area. Marginal risk level 1 out of 5 categories, and then the slight risk for Friday, level 2 out of 5 categories. So these are the severe weather threats as issued by the Storm Prediction Center. This one will get updated at, like 2 o'clock in the morning or something like that? Yeah, 2 a.m., 1 a.m., 7Z. I have them all written down because I can never keep track of them. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I always lose track of which time. Because about the time that you figure out when all the updates are issued, then it's the end or the beginning of daylight saving time, which throws all of that off. And so then you have to remember a bunch of different times for 6 months. And then by the time you remember that, it's time to switch back again. It's really annoying. Anyway, Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports. I-20 frontage road in Monroe. Winds back out of the south as we head through the overnight hours tonight. And that sets the stage for patchy fog and the cloud cover increasing across the area as we head through the day on Thursday. Most of Thursday will be cloudy, damp, humid, gross. Scattered showers along the way through the course of the day. You can see the shade of green. That is the marginal risk severe weather threat. And note that there's really not a lot of thunderstorm potential hinted at in our area through most of the day. In fact, this little lobe of a severe weather threat in our area, the areas that shaded in green that I just showed you, that's really a focus for early morning Friday severe potential. Again, reminder that these outlooks are issued from 6 a.m. one day to 6 a.m. the next. So they really cover most of one day and the early part of the next. And so this outlook really technically goes in through early Friday morning. And there will be the window of opportunity in about the 2 to 5 to 6 a.m. time frame, what we call a confluence line. It's basically just an area in the low levels of the atmosphere where all the air is kind of merging together. And when it merges together, a lot of that gets forced up in the atmosphere. It provides a little small remote area of lift in the environment. And that could fuel maybe a few thunderstorms to start the morning off tomorrow. And you'll see that indicated generally along the Mississippi Valley during the morning hours. This is at about 1:30 Friday, and then note, now you start seeing the storm coverage mid to late morning increasing across the region. That could get started a smidge earlier than what's being indicated here. Regardless, it is a wide swath of thunderstorm potential across the entire area through a good chunk of the day. A lot of folks want to know, hey, when are the storms going to arrive in our area and when are they going to leave? It's not that simple this go round. This is a large swath of warm, humid, unstable air. We're working with a few different features in the atmosphere, the main trough, but also, like I said, that little confluence line, and also just a general streak of stronger low-level and mid-level winds that could provide the focus of multiple rounds of thunderstorms through the course of the day. Obviously, that brings with it severe weather potential as well. The messy evolution of these storms also leads to the possibility of supercell thunderstorms. I don't really see a massive, significant squall line moving through. I see a lot of messy, scattered clusters of storms or cellular storms that merge into clusters, which is kind of make for a messy day in terms of forecasting how the severe threat evolves as we go through the day on Friday. But those storms could linger even into the late night hours Friday night. Most of it wraps up by early Saturday morning, but a lot of lingering cloud cover through the rest of the day on Saturday. Talking about storm energy, there's not much to work with, but there's enough. We talk about all the different ingredients that are needed in the atmosphere to fuel thunderstorms. This is Thursday afternoon, so this is tomorrow afternoon. And while we do have some storm energy indicated in that light blue coloring, there's not a lot. Okay, so winds back out of the south, transporting warm, humid Gulf air through the region. As we get deeper into the daytime hours on Friday, during the morning hours on Friday, you can see what I'm talking about with that little confluence line where we've got a little bit of air converging here and air converging here. And when you smush all that together, some of that air has to rise. Now, we hit a gap during the morning hours where the winds are a little bit weaker, but by mid to late morning, not only do we have all the warm, humid air pulling up to the south, but we have another kind of belt of stronger winds that will ramp up across the region as we go into the early parts of the afternoon. So now we're starting to transport even more warm, humid, unstable air back into the region. And there's a little bit more storm energy to work with. Again, we call this CAPE, Convective Available Potential Energy. Basically, the available energy that is that can be used in the environment to allow for storms to grow rapidly and for air to move rapidly in the atmosphere. By midday Friday, we kind of peak in terms of the best atmospheric conditions to fuel thunderstorms. Then we start getting activity going, and that really kind of, for lack of a better term, kind of milks out all the CAPE and all the energy in the atmosphere, kind of overturns the environment. Storms advance off to the east. Most of this is pretty much wrapped up by, like I said, late Friday night or Saturday morning. Storm-driven rain totals. Obviously, some areas will see storms and could easily pick up 1 inch to 2 inches of rain, especially if you see multiple rounds of thunderstorms. Others will just see some showers and maybe a rogue thunderstorm and only see 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain. Those rain totals will vary wildly depending on location. Obviously, as well, the highest forecast rain totals are along the Mississippi Valley. If you followed all of this forecast data that I've thrown at you, the most consistent scenario we see is rounds of thunderstorms along the Mississippi Valley. How far west those storms can stretch to start the day, we have some question marks, but it looks like the best chances are Mississippi Valley and then advancing even farther eastward than that, kind of out of our area. So with that, the best opportunity for multiple rounds of thunderstorms really lies in the eastern half of our coverage area, and that's where we have the best potential for excessive rainfall. It's not a significant threat considering the ground's pretty dry and we can take quite a bit of rain without any issue. Overnight lows tonight, low 60s, patchy fog will be a possibility. Winds will be out of the south-southeast, 5 to 10, rain chances close to 0. Daytime highs tomorrow, mid-70s. It is mainly showers through the day tomorrow. I don't want folks to get it twisted. It's gonna be rain, maybe the occasional rumble of thunder. It's not out of the realm of possibilities for us to maybe see a rogue organized storm late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, but I find it very unlikely. Winds will be out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour, so clearly a little breezy at times. A look at the 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware. Yes, we went ahead and highlighted Friday in red just so you pay attention to it more than you normally would. Stay weather aware. Stay up to date with the latest forecast information. We'll throw a lot of information at you tomorrow and even more as we go into the day on Friday. Much cooler temperatures to follow. 50s for highs Sunday, Monday with morning lows back in the 30s. A lot of us will drop below freezing by Monday morning with a modest warming trend through the first parts of next week. But once we get beyond the rain chances Friday, most of the early part of next week looks dry. And that's how the forecast shakes out on this Wednesday evening. Here's where we go from here. We'll get all these big severe weather updates overnight. The day one, the next Thursday severe weather outlook update will be at around midnight. Like I said, we'll get a 1 a.m. update about Friday. So basically, we'll refresh everything late tonight. I'll join you first thing tomorrow morning with a look at the forecast. And we'll just kind of iron things out from there. Too Long Didn't Read comes out at 9:30 tomorrow morning. Your fish and game forecast later tonight. That's made possible by First South Farm Credit. Again, even if you're not a sportsman of any sort, still got a lot of handy information, hour by hour, wind speeds, temperatures, and things like that. So again, nice little piece of information to have. Like I said, I'll join you first thing tomorrow morning with a look at the latest severe weather forecast, if you will. Too Long Didn't Read's at 9:30. I'll join you at midday tomorrow as well. You're not going to miss out on anything. As I mentioned, make sure you download the Digital Weather Desk app available for Apple and Android users. If you are so interested, or if you so choose to register for Weather Call Next Gen, I urge you to go ahead and do that whenever you get a chance. Like I said, it's $15 a year. If you opt against it, you are not going to miss out on any of the other information. In my mind, I really wanted to give us 3 viable, independent options of receiving severe weather alerts. A NOAA weather radio, I will always tell you that's a great thing to have. The Digital Weather Desk app also gives you severe weather alerts for up to 15 locations. And then Weather Call is that kind of that final security blanket, if you will. That gives you 3. Makes all the other ways of receiving severe weather alerts kind of obsolete, doesn't it? Thanks so much for stopping by the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. I'll see you first thing tomorrow with a look at the forecast. Of course, Friday could be a lot of information being thrown at you, so we'll walk you through it. That's what we do here. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, everybody.